kind of off topic, but how about them guards, baby?
How
Guardians.
about them guards?
Man.
Nah, they're unbelievable. Unbelievable. 15 and a half games. 15 and a half game. Absolute chase down.
That's unreal. And if you're Detroit, you have to just be in shambles.
I mean, I've been saying it, like, you got to think they're waking up every morning like, wow, we have to win a baseball game tonight. We have to win a baseball game tonight. And they just can't get it done.
No, they cannot.
The funny thing is they've scored first each of the last 2 games, and it's like the very next inning. The guards just match it. It's insane.
I obviously, with me being a Michigan fan, I don't follow this guy, but I see a lot of his stuff. He's a Michigan fan. He covers, like, the Tigers. Did you see him?
Castellani.
Is that his name? But he's funny, though. He starts crashing out.
He's like a great fan, though. All of his videos, like, I hate to say that I watch him for enjoyment of watching him crash out, but just to be, like, the villain as the Guardians for somebody for once.
Yeah.
I don't know, just funny.
No,
and he knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. His
real.
Recaps. Yeah.
He keeps it real for sure. But yeah, he was crashing out, I saw. He like bent over or something. It was funny.
He said, oh no, the one he was like, I'm a good guy, man. I'm a good guy. Why the fuck does this keep happening? It was like slamming the dead back.
He said something about, because he's like 30 years old now, he said he's been alive long enough to realize that, like, I forget what he said, and I hate that I forget. But it was just like being a fan of like these sports teams. It's just we're bound for misery every single year, no matter what, and we're just like try to act like it's our year every year. But like we always end up just disappointed in some way because obviously only one team can win it all. But I don't know. He is funny though. But yeah, go Guards.
It's always good content.
We play again tonight. I see they're the favorite tonight. I don't know if they were favored last night. They definitely were not favored 2 nights ago against Scoobel. But
dude, how about the snap over the first baseman's head? I could not believe. Did you see the clip of it?
The snap.
Yeah, dude, there was a dribbler out to the, like, in between first base and the pitcher's mound to Tarek Skubal, and he came off the mound to get it, and he tried to make an insane play and, like, snap it between his legs like a center. Dude, it went over the first baseman's head, gave Guardians runners on second and third with none out, and that was pretty much just what launched that game off against him.
Good, man.
And then obviously drilled David Fry in the face and reconstructed his whole mouth.
Dude, I hate seeing stuff like that. I know he didn't mean to do it, and it's just a hard watch. I saw it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, obviously he was rattled by it. His very next pitch, once they resumed play, he spiked it in the dirt and gave up a run on a pass ball.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He did visit David Fry in the hospital, I saw, so good for him.
He rode to the hospital with Stephen Vogt, the Guardians coach.
But yeah, go Guards. Play again tonight. I was looking forward to being a wild card. I was looking at the standings that might have been a week ago. I was like, hopefully they can get a wild card spot, but they're about to win the damn division.
I know.
When you're hot, you're hot. When you're hot this time of year, oh yeah.
Time of year to do it.
Yum.
Speaking of time of the year to do it, this is the maybe best weekend of the year. I mean, this is the pinnacle weekend right here.
I've heard people say, or I actually saw a comment on a video. It said it was showing like the Ryder Cup and then the college football slate and just everything this weekend. And it said, one of the comments was, and just think there's a man out there that's being dragged to a wedding with his girlfriend right now and can't do anything about it.
That's tough.
Yeah, and I'll be working at a wedding all day on Saturday, so.
Yeah, I mean, that does relate to you, sort of. You're not getting dragged by a girlfriend or anything, but you'll be working at a wedding.
Yeah, I know, but I'll leave with some money. And what is this, week 5? It's crazy, week 5 already. Jeez, man. Not quite halfway, but the first quarter, I think I heard Michigan's coach talk about quarters. They play 4 games by, and then obviously the 4 games, so yeah. Almost halfway, which is crazy, but with our picks, I'm 12-8, you're 8-7. Obviously, that's both good, both in the green. We obviously know that this shit is hard, with me being 12-8 and you being 8-7, and then both of us being 1-1 on our picks of the week, both hitting last weekend. Fuck yeah.
The Mormons came through for me. Come on.
Holy
Let's
smokes.
go.
Yeah, I saw it wasn't even close. I obviously didn't watch the game, but I looked at the final. Was it 34-13 or something like that?
Yeah, in that.
Yeah, and you had them at 6.5. Yeah, it's good. We both in the green after both being in the red on their picks the week before. And obviously everyone knows my pick. I picked the home team, Michigan, threw a decent amount of money on them on the money line. And I watched the whole game. Yeah, check the Instagram. You know, it's always good to see green, but I watched every single snap. I hate that it was even that close because it wasn't. Like, we were punching them in the mouth. I came on here and was talking about them being bad against the run, and you don't want to be bad against the run in the Big Ten ever, and you definitely don't want to be bad against the run against Michigan. And it showed. I think Michigan ran for 290, somewhere in that range. Obviously, Justice Haynes should be in the Heisman race now. He broke one off. Jordan Marshall broke one off. Bryce Underwood broke one off.
I don't know how they just every single game break at least one or two runs off for like 50+ yards.
I'm loving it, man.
It's every single game.
You're getting pushed on the offensive line. And it's just, I don't know, man. I called it. I saw it coming. I thought Nebraska was overrated. I came on here and said that I think that they are good and they can play with the Ohio States and the Michigans and stuff, but they're just not going to get over the hump, and they didn't. Yeah, I was pretty happy with that, man. And like I said, I was pissed off that it was even 30-27. There was a couple third downs even on that last drive too that Michigan picked up on their legs, just running the ball on that last drive. I think it was almost a 9-minute drive. It should have ended in a touchdown, but it didn't. And obviously we saw the Hail Mary before half. That was some BS, and then Nebraska scored a touchdown.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, but I'm no head coach, but I was over here sitting down on my couch like, why are we not calling a timeout? Why are we not calling a timeout? It's 4th down with like 25 seconds left. But, oh well.
Got the dub.
Winning. Got the dub. Now we're in a bye week, so that's good. But Notre Dame also got the dub, and they covered the spread. So
first cover of the year for them. First win of the year for them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I guess if you just want to start hopping into previews, you can just lead off with them. But
yeah. Go ahead.
They won 56-30 last weekend. They're -4.5 at Arkansas this weekend.
Good grief.
My God, do they need to show up and show out? That's all you can say about that, because they're not going to have many opportunities outside of this. And maybe USC, Pitt could be decent, but it's slim. It's slim after this, and picking up a good one against a solid, but respectable SEC team on the road would be nice. Good for the resume.
Yeah, and that USC game later on in the year, obviously they weren't ranked to begin the year, but that's one of the common, I think that might be the only common opponent that Michigan and Notre Dame have, if I'm not. Yeah, it has to be.
What, USC?
Yeah. Has to be.
Yeah. It's the only one I can think of.
Anyways, just like looking into that, and Michigan plays them coming up. USC is pretty good. Obviously, they're ranked now. They have a great offense. We'll talk about them here in a minute. But yeah, Notre Dame needs this one. Notre Dame needs this one. They need them all. So it doesn't matter who they play. They can't lose again, because if they lose again, it's wraps.
Yeah, and it's arguably already wraps right now, unless a couple teams start losing games and things start falling the right way for them. But this game is the first meeting between both teams. They were supposed to play in 2020 as the first part of the home-and-home deal at Notre Dame, but obviously due to COVID, that got wiped out. And if anybody's wondering where Lou Holtz will be this weekend, he'll be in Arkansas, watching both of his old squads as he coached both at Notre Dame and Arkansas. So I figured I'd just toss that in there.
A little fun fact.
Day. Fucking hate Ryan Day.
Shit. Ryan Day catching strays out here. That's a crazy stray to catch on a Thursday evening. Holy shit.
I'll never let that one slip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched a ton of the Arkansas game last week because I actually bet on them. I took their team total over 34.5 against Memphis. They were on the road. They scored 28 points in the first half and then did not see the end zone in the second half. They kicked a field goal and then I think had a field goal blocked. They had a field goal blocked at the end.
Or did they fumble? I think they were about to.
That's right. Sorry, I'm getting NFL mixed up with everything. But yeah, they fumbled when they were setting up to kick the game-winning field goal. And wow, that was first of all a bad beat on that bet, and honestly, it made me feel pretty good about taking Notre Dame this weekend. So I'll be taking a -4.5. I guess I'll just jump right to the game pick there. But a couple matchups. It's going to start with Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price, probably like it's going to every week for them. But they're going to come in and try to play Notre Dame football, obviously, running the ball. But if the defense can't get a stop, they're not going to be able to run the ball as much. So it's going to come down to those two setting the tone and just putting together good drives early.
Yeah, I agree. Also, make sure your Wi-Fi is off of your phone.
It's off.
But, okay, nice. I also agree. I mean, I have on here Notre Dame needs this one more than anything. And like I said, it doesn't matter who they play because they have to win every single game regardless. But I also, I don't know, what is it, 4.5? It's 4.5, right?
Yeah, 4.5, yeah.
Yeah, I think they cover that. I think they win by a touchdown. Arkansas's defense is horrible. They already lost back-to-back games, last one being Memphis. Ole Miss scored 41 on them.
I don't see the Ole Miss game close.
Yeah, but I also we're going to talk about this later on. I think Ole Miss is a fraud. They've always been fraudulent in my opinion. I think they're exactly that this year, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I think Notre Dame wins this. I think they cover. I'm definitely going to bet on them this weekend. I like the money line too because it's not crazy. It's like -1. I saw it like -180. Obviously, that's not great odds, but
it'll be a good parlay piece.
Yeah, I've been staying away, but
I like Notre Dame. For the others out there that dabble.
Yeah, but for sure.
I also have this. It'll come down to explosive plays. I think, obviously, we saw Jeremiah Love and Price breaking off big ones last week. Love had that insane run that he bounced to the outside and took like 40, 50 yards. And then Price's kickoff out of halftime. Those guys are unreal. I don't think Arkansas is going to be able to stop both of them, let alone just one. But that's the thing. Arkansas, obviously, they can score as well. So if Notre Dame doesn't show up on defense, I mean, it'll be a track meet.
Yeah, I see Arkansas scoring 43.5 a game. It's 15th in the country, tied for 15th in the country. But then they also go to defense. They're not great against the run. They're tied for 86th. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think they're fraudulent, too. I think they ended up dropping 3 in a row and becoming irrelevant in the SEC like they have been our whole life. And I'm obviously, from watching Texas A&M more when they played Notre Dame and then obviously watching Miami a couple times, I think very highly of both of those teams, to be honest with you. And for those to be Notre Dame's 2 losses and they should have won the one, I hate saying should have won because they lost. But both by, one was by 2 points, right? And the other one was by 1. So I feel good. I think everyone might be a little down on them just because they do have a 1-2 record and gave up 30 against Purdue, which obviously can't happen. But yeah, I like Notre Dame here. Money line and the cover.
I'm taking them on the cover. I think the money line and honestly probably just the game over is the more logical picks, but I'm riding with my dogs.
Yeah.
And no, I'll be taking them to cover because they need it.
Yes, they do need it. So yeah, that's good. We're agreeing. Not that we ever disagree a ton, but give me the Fighting Irish. Marcus Freeman's probably MFing them right now. So yeah, they'll be ready.
Oh yes,
they will be ready. But moving on, I know you don't have, or it's just USC at Illinois. Big noon kickoff. Obviously, Illinois I loved them last week, and they ended up getting beat by 1,000. So with that being said, I'm going to take them again. Obviously, they play USC. USC's playing well. They haven't had the greatest strength of schedule. They did just beat Michigan State a week ago. But, I mean, like we talked about before on here, traveling across country is tough in these games, or any game, especially when it's conference play like this. Illinois was also getting MF'd all year. I like their coach, or not all year, all week. I like their coach.
Yeah, Bielema was ripping into them all week.
Exactly. And they're back at home. They had 16 starters coming back from a year ago, which obviously meant nothing last week, but I love them to cover, especially at home. I don't know if they're going to win. I'm not taking them to win the game, but I think they cover a touchdown, just trying to bounce back off of a complete fucking embarrassment last week. So yeah, I'm going to take them plus 6.5.
Yeah, I'm not even going to lie. I didn't write down a whole lot about this game. I didn't think we were really going to talk a ton about Illinois after the embarrassment.
That's fair.
But we both took them, and I think I'll be on the same train as you, probably taking them to cover the touchdown. As much as I really don't, want them to win the game, like we talked about with USC needing to be good going into that game against Notre Dame. I want USC to go in and win. But Illinois is going to be playing for some dignity, dude. My God.
Yeah, no,
last week was bad. And hats off to Cignetti, though, because he's trying to make a statement there.
Yeah, and Indiana looked good. Their quarterback, what's his name? Fernando something? Is that right? For something.
Yeah, Mendoza.
Yeah.
Fernando.
Yeah, he looks great. His numbers are off the charts, but yeah, I don't think Illinois wins, but they definitely have to. Their pride is on the line right here. They have to give everything they got, and I think it's a blue collar program too, so I trust them to do that. Like I said, I don't think they win, but I think the 6.5 is a little too much. I can see USC winning a close one, especially being a road game, traveling across the country for them.
Yeah, I just hope it's not a matter of overvaluing Illinois. I watched a good amount of that game earlier. We've already discussed against Duke. I thought they looked good, but is a school like USC going to have too much talent? Is Duke a good measuring stick for Illinois? I guess that's a good question. I don't know. I just don't want to get burned on it twice. That's my worry. Because USC, I don't know. I think they actually have some respectable talent this year.
No, they do. And I do want to go back on something that I said about a week or two ago about Illinois beating Ohio State. I take that back. I am not, don't quote me on that. I no longer feel that way, and what I said back then was it's in the past, but this is really my last straw with Illinois. It really is. They did me a favor against Duke. I really believed in them against Indiana, and it's not even that they never had a chance. It's not like I'll give them the benefit of the doubt now. They got chewed up and spit out. They were being kicked while they were down, and they were being flat out embarrassed on national TV. So, and I'm going to take them at home with the exact same line I took them with on the road a week ago. Just because I believe in Illinois. I believe in Brett Bielema. Give me Illinois plus 6.5. Come on. Anyways, enough of those scumbags after that. They just leave a bad taste in my mouth after. Because I was feeling good after the Michigan bet, and then I was like, you know what? I loved Illinois all day. Pow. Yeah, that didn't have a fucking shot.
I took their alt spread. I bumped them up a little bit to about 10.5, and then moved the total points down a little bit because I thought it was going to be a shootout. Indiana they covered that total on their own. And they said, don't worry about this, I got you, but you're cooked on the spread.
Yeah, we'll give you one leg down, but the other one, no, it's a wrap. Yeah, moving on to Ohio State at Washington. Ohio State coming off a bye, and Julian Sain's first road game. Who do you like here? I'll let you go first.
I think I like the Buckeyes. I don't really necessarily know. They didn't look too hot against my Bobcats a few weeks back.
They were giving up.
They looked pretty good in the second half, but there were moments. Obviously, they were leading 13-9 coming out of halftime.
They were beating the shit out of them. They just
gave up a touchdown.
They just weren't converting. They weren't converting in the red zone. It was rough. But yeah, go ahead.
But that's all stuff that kind of comes down to playing in situations like this against a solid team who plays really well at home. Washington's great at home. Obviously, 22 straight games at Husky Stadium.
I don't think Washington in the country.
Yeah, I don't think Washington's had a great test yet, but their quarterback, he's pretty solid. He hasn't thrown a pick yet this year.
He can move.
Yeah, exactly. He can move. He's obviously pretty responsible with the ball. Sands throwing, 2 picks against the Bobcats, a pick against Grambling State, just sloppy at times. I don't think he's bad or anything, but those can be game-changing plays, and he's on the road. It'll be a little bit hostile there, obviously, so it's definitely going to be tough. I could see why that number's as low as it is.
So who are you taking? You're taking Ohio State to cover the 8.5?
I'd probably go with it. I'd probably go with that, just taking the better team, better defense. But my God, man. My God, my heart wants to take Washington.
Well, I might convince you here with my pick because I am going to take Washington and take the 8.5. They got a really good running back. I don't think he's going to be the difference maker, but he is really good. He has 9 touchdowns this year. He can run the shit out of the ball. He probably should be in the Heisman conversation. But like you said, which I also had written down, Washington is a wagon at home. They've won 22 in a row. They're only second behind Georgia. We'll talk about them later, but Julian Sain's first road game, yes, I'm a Michigan fan, blah. But the Texas win doesn't look great. The Texas win now, it doesn't look as good as it did the day of or the week after. And Ohio State hasn't been tested, in my opinion. Grambling State and Ohio they are what they are, but I got to see something. They've been on a generational run. Obviously, they went crazy in the playoff after the loss to Michigan. Ended up winning the Natty. They're 3-0 already this year, number 1 in the country. They're going to be humbled a little bit. I'm not saying they're going to lose the game, but in my opinion, it's going to be very close. With Julian Sain being his first road game, I think they're not going to go in there and try to go crazy. They're going to be happy to come out of there with a win because at the end of the day, a win's a win. So that's why I think Washington covers because Washington's good as well. They probably should be ranked. They're undefeated. They've been playing well. They've been taking care of business. They have not played anybody great, but they've been handling those teams how they should handle them. And Ryan Day's 49-1 against unranked teams. With that one being Michigan last year, don't forget them Wolverines got him. So he's 49 of his last 50 against unranked opponents. And yeah, I'm gonna take the points of Washington with the 8.5, and I can see him scoring maybe a last-second touchdown to cover the spread. But I just think they try to play conservative with Sain making his first road start in a pretty hostile environment.
Yeah, I can see that too. That's why the 8.5 number's a little bit sketchy.
It was at 10 too. Don't forget, it started at 10.5.
I know the public's just been drilling Washington, but when I look at it, I don't know, 2 teams like this, I just start looking at talent up front. Start looking at D-line. Are they going to be able to hold Ohio State all game long? I really like Bo Jackson. That kid's a dog.
Yeah, but
I mean, he came in quick and just. I know he came in quick though and just took the job. It looks like.
Well, I mean, his name's Bo Jackson. If his name was John Smith, it'd just be like, oh yeah, they got a good guy. I'm not sold on him. I'm not sold.
Yeah, I know you're not sold on anything with Ohio State. It's tough to talk with any of you Michigan fans or Ohio State about anything of the opposing side.
It's been BTA for a couple years now.
But yeah, either way, that's kind of why I like Ohio State. It's just because I think they'll be able to control the game up front as it goes on. I'm not saying they'll just dominate it from the start, but as it goes, they'll start to lean.
But there's also the other side of that. Like I don't have it pulled up right now, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to pull it up. I think Texas ran for 5 yards a carry against Ohio State. And I don't know why they didn't just keep running the ball. I don't know if they thought, like, oh, we got Arch Manning, so we're going to try to keep slinging it. But they were having some success running the ball. And Washington's no slouch. Where's this at? I don't know, dude. That's why I'm taking that 8.5. And
I know, it's a lot. It's a lot. And maybe look at an alternate bet, maybe.
Yeah, dude. Texas ran for 166 on the ground, and Ohio State only ran for 77. Texas passed for 170. Ohio State passed for 126. Outgained them by like 130. I don't know, man. It's just them damn turnovers. Just that one turnover Arch through. But I don't know. We said it earlier. I'm not sold on Ohio State. Wasn't really high on them to start the year, but I am a hater. But I am a realist too. They're good.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to lose.
I know, and that's the thing. Like, it boils down to them having the two best players, arguably, in the country. One on each side of the ball.
Yeah,
I mean,
they probably are the
just
two best players.
I know, we're just expecting Jeremiah Smith to take over a game at some point. I don't know if it'll be on the road here, though. I don't. That's tough.
He's very capable.
For sure, obviously. I know, and that's why I'm expecting it to pop off just at any point. But
wouldn't surprise me if it's this week, but I just don't think they're going to let Sayan really rip it. I think Ryan Day's I think he's a great coach. I think he knows what he's getting himself into. And I think they just have to go in there and get the win and call it a day. So you're taking Ohio State to cover. That's what you said, and I'm taking Washington?
No, I'm gonna change my mind. I think it's too many points. I'm gonna get it before it goes under a touchdown and take Washington to cover.
Nice.
I'll not be a square because I think I don't know if I'm fully, like I said, I don't know if I'm fully sold on Sayan yet. He made mistakes at home against bad teams, and this is going to be tough.
I wish Texas would have kept running the ball more. That's why Michigan has an identity. They know. Texas doesn't know what they are. But moving on to LSU at Ole Miss, I'll go ahead and lead this one off because I haven't felt great about LSU all year at all. They have a good defense. And they also obviously have the weapons on offense to be very lethal on offense. And they haven't been up to this point, but I'm going to trust their veteran quarterback, and I'm going to trust your old boy, Brian Kelly, that they don't keep sucking on offense. And I think Ole Miss is flat out overrated. They can't play any defense. Pretty easy, quick to the point. And LSU's they're the underdog. They're getting a 1.5, so I'm definitely going to take LSU plus 1.5, and I think they ended up winning the game. So if I can take a 1.5, I will. I just think Ole Miss is fraudulent.
Yep, I'm going the same thing on that. LSU plus 1.5. I think that's a pretty easy spot for me, as much as, I don't really like Brian Kelly. Hammering him here against Kiffin. LSU, I don't know if Caden Durham's going to play, but either way, Ole Miss is 122nd in the country against the run, and I watched a clip today while I was just doing some highlight watching. Oh my God, the quarterback from Memphis just pile drives over an Arkansas D lineman. We're talking a quarterback just carrying a 300-pound man for yardage. I don't like to see that. That's for sure. Because LSU is going to be a lot more physical than Memphis.
Yeah, that's why I am taking LSU. I'm just rolling with the better defense here. Obviously, they have the better quarterback as well. I think they wake up. They have to wake up at this point. They haven't looked great at all. They're obviously ranked 4th in the country, whatever, but the win against Clemson doesn't look great anymore. The win at Florida, how they couldn't score, they couldn't move the ball, that doesn't look great either. But I'm just trusting them. I'm trusting the old quarterback. I'm trusting the veteran coach. And I'm hating on Ole Miss. Even though
they're playing with a backup too.
Yeah, but he's played though.
Yeah,
he's
looked solid. He's looked solid, but
that kid from Ferris State, D2
comes into play. Yeah, it comes into play.
No, it does. And Lane Kiffin's daughter's boyfriend over there, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, who do you think that situation plays into the positive more for? Like Kiffin or that kid in LSU mental-wise? Like if you're playing just mental games, mental gymnastics. Who do you think it benefits?
I mean, I think you have to give the benefit to Lane Kiffin. He's Obviously, the coach, he's been doing this forever. He's a millionaire coaching football for a reason, and he's been there forever. And then we're talking about, I mean, that kid for LSU, he's really good. He's their middle linebacker. He's a crazy, probably snorting, freaking smelling salts before every game. And I think Kiffin definitely, Kiffin said take the over, so maybe we should just take the over. They're just going to try to score, but I definitely would give the Lane Kiffin he don't give a damn. He's just trying to go win a football game, but he's going to lose.
I thought the whole situation was funny.
It's going to be awkward at Thanksgiving dinner when old buddy's sitting at the table with Lane Kiffin, knowing that they just put belt to him in Lane Kiffin's home field, and he just really can't say much. So I can just see that happening.
That's a tough power dynamic. Your daughter's boyfriend put belt to ass.
Yeah, he's good though.
In your stadium, and he's dating your daughter in your house at your table, eating your food.
Yeah,
tough power dynamic there, man. Tough day for Lane. He's got to shock the world here.
At least that kid's no slouch though. That kid can flat out play some football. But yeah, we're both going to take LSU there. Nice. Auburn at A&M. Do you want to go ahead and start this one off? Let me know what you think about this game.
I watched a pretty good amount of the Auburn-Oklahoma game last week, just tracking the Oklahoma bet. Was not impressed with Auburn. My God. They gave up 10 sacks. Holy smokes.
It's soft.
That's no good, dude. I don't care if you're on the road. I don't care if you're at home. Don't care if it's your third-string offensive line playing. You cannot let your quarterback get on the ground 10 times.
Got old Jackson Arnold, especially when he was making his return back to Oklahoma. Couldn't even keep him upright.
No. And I saw the way A&M throws the ball too. I know when we talk about measuring stick with Notre Dame's defense, it's not the greatest, but my God, those guys can play. They can play.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's Mario Craver and Casey Concepcion. Those guys they're just going to do their thing, probably run all over the place and let the quarterback get the ball in their hands and hopefully do something from there. But I like Texas A&M, especially like after I said, I think Auburn is kind of soft. 10 sacks is a pathetic stat, and A&M's honestly pretty good up front, so they'll probably do a little bit of the same thing.
You're taking A&M minus 6.5? Yeah, I'm going to be with you on that one because I'm not going to lie, I love A&M this year. I think they're really good. Obviously watched the entire game when they were at Notre Dame, and coming off a bye week especially, Auburn's coming off that crazy homecoming, giving up 10 sacks. They gave up a safety when they were trying to make a drive to go really win the game. Couldn't move the ball, ended up getting sacked in the end zone for a safety. They're not great against the pass either. You just hit on Texas A&M with those two receivers, and their quarterback is great. They're at home, too. We know how hard it is to go play at Texas A&M. The environment's going to be crazy. And last year, Auburn ended up beating them in 4 overtimes, and I don't think they let that. I think they're trying to get their get back. But, I think it's an easy one for me, too. Texas A&M gets the job done and wins by more than a score. Give me the Aggies.
Yeah, Auburn's also down a receiver, Horatio Fields, as well.
Yeah.
So that's just another playmaker down, kind of playing into our side of the field there.
And coming off that game, they were pouring their blood, sweat, and tears and everything they had into that Oklahoma game, trying to get Jackson Arnold to win. They were in it. They were. And, I just think this is tough for them. And with A&M coming off a bye, I just don't think it lines up at all for Auburn.
What a beautiful bye spot, too, for A&M. They get that magical win in South Bend. Kind of get a week to let all that die down, let the buzz from that go away, and just kind of lock in on what else they have in front because, they got a nice, clear path to a playoff spot if they can just keep knocking out wins, and I think they can. They're good.
Yeah, they are good. And A&M, obviously, you just hit on them coming off a bye after a great win in Notre Dame. But Auburn is also playing back-to-back road games. That sucks, man. It's hard to go on the road anyways, and when you go on the road back-to-back weeks, especially after the week you just had, God, it's brutal. It has to be brutal. So, give me the Aggies there. Give you the Aggies. I like them a lot. I think they might be in the damn SEC championship, to be honest.
I know, man. And they kind of have a decent path. I don't think their schedule is as grueling as you would think being an SEC schedule.
But last two, we got Oregon at Penn State, the good old-fashioned whiteout.
I love this game.
This is going to be a good one. I will not be able to watch. I will be at a wedding, son of a bitch. But I might figure out a way, but you can go ahead and start this one off. Let me hear what you have to say because, I don't know, I'm kind of interested. I feel like I know usually which way you're going to lean, but this one I really don't know.
Yeah, I love this game, man. This one's got me excited. First of all, shout out Big Noon Kickoff for not ruining it and allowing it to be a 7:30 game. All whiteout games are not created equally. Noon whiteout games are not created the same as 7:30 ones.
Hell
I don't
no.
want to hear any argument for them being the same. So I just wanted to start off with that because that's awesome. And then that is a rematch of the 2024 Big Ten Championship game. So that plays into it as well. A little bit of bad blood there, probably, but this is kind of a story of experience versus not a ton of experience. Obviously, Penn State's bringing back their backfield with Drew Aller and then both Katron Allen and Nick Singleton. And then on the other side, you have Dante Moore and then some new guys outside for Oregon. So it'll be a tale of that, and that's tough, bringing new guys into a super hostile environment at Happy Valley. That's going to be very tough for them. But it'll be entertaining because, my God, Oregon's always going to be able to score. Dan Lanning's a great coach. And it's going to be the old tale of can James Franklin pull off a big one. So I'm super excited. I'll probably go Penn State money line. I think I'm definitely going to bet on the game for sure. And it will be probably just Penn State money line to win and get that done.
Yeah, it's definitely a massive game. Those whiteouts are, obviously there's that famous Mo Bamba clip against my Wolverines back a few years ago, and they just... First play of the game, they didn't get a delay of game. Jim Harbaugh ended up calling a timeout, but my God, you can't hear anything in there. But I'm also, Penn State reminds me of I don't know, like you said, James Franklin, he just cannot get over the hump. He cannot win that big game. I don't know who Penn State is this year. I don't. They haven't played anybody, obviously, and they really haven't looked great against the competition that they've played. Growler being a veteran guy and then bringing in wide receivers from the portal, I thought it'd be a lot better. I don't know what I'm going to get with him, but he's lucky he's at home. Oregon struggles against the run. At least they did against Northwestern. I think Dan Lanning definitely, obviously he knows that, and I think he made that a point of emphasis after that, but I think it's going to be close. It's going to live up to the hype. I think it's going to be everything that we want in a weekend like this. I think it's going to make one of the best weekends, probably the best weekend of the year, the best weekend of the year. But I'm still going to take – I don't think Oregon's going to win, but I think 3.5 is too much. I see it being like a come down to the last second. Someone has to get a stop. So I'm definitely going to take Oregon plus 3.5, but I think Penn State wins this game for sure.
That's why I wasn't quick to hop on the 3.5, and then I just wanted to go Penn State money line. I did want to talk. I think the two biggest things for Penn State by far, they cannot let it be a shootout. They're never going to be a team that's going to fare well in a shootout-style game. And obviously, Oregon's going to try. They're going to try to play up-tempo, and they're fast, try to use that to their advantage. So they got to limit that on defense. And then also, by far the biggest thing is executing in big moments. Before we started, I was thinking back, just for certain moments last year alone, there was Singleton at the goal line on that big third down in the game against Notre Dame in the playoff where he had a walk-in touchdown and he dropped it. That's the difference in them winning the game. I mean, they're going to have to come away with moments like that on their side. The clutch drive with Drew Aller throwing the pick in that same game, obviously something like that it's got to be fixed, can't happen. And then also when they had Ohio State on the ropes early last year, they threw a pick in the end zone to Igbenogson, and I mean, it was a catchable ball.
That was a crazy interception, though.
Yeah, no, it was. It was a great play, but that's what I'm saying. He put it in a spot where you can catch it. You got to execute. In games like this, that's what it comes down to for them. When you have a chance in the red zone to get 6 instead of a field goal, definitely got to capitalize.
Yeah, I definitely like what you said. I like Penn State money line. That might be a good little. We talked about a parlay piece earlier in this episode. Maybe a Notre Dame and Penn State money line, little 2-legger. See what that'll get you. But yeah, man, that's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, on my end, it's plus 137. And those are two I really feel good about. Notre Dame really needing to win, and then Penn State finally getting over the hump. And I don't think Oregon. I liked them earlier in the year, and I don't think they're as good as they were last year, obviously. And with them struggling against the run, you know how I feel in games like that. And then obviously the environment's going to be insane. So yeah, Penn State.
Both running backs coming back to Allen and Singleton, and they're no slouch.
No, they've been great since their true freshman year. But yeah, last game, Alabama and Georgia. I think this one, Kirby Smart's 1-6 against Alabama. None of them have been in Athens, though, which is good. They obviously have 30-some-odd games in a row winning. Alabama has not been great on the road with the new Kalen DeBoer. They're 2-4 on the road. I didn't know if Gunnar Stockton could throw it, but against Tennessee, he proved me wrong. And Georgia's Georgia. They don't lose between the hedges. It's only 2.5. make this one quick and easy. Give me the Bulldogs minus 2.5. I think they win by a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm on the same side as that. Georgia minus 3, or 2.5, whatever it might be at. When I checked DraftKings, I saw 3. But regardless, I'm on the same side as that. I think they're more talented. Probably got the better quarterback. Things
Probably.
Like that. Yeah, I mean, definitely have the best quarterback. I don't know. I mean, I watched a good amount of Alabama versus Wisconsin 2 weeks ago. Both teams are coming off buys. I found that pretty interesting. Yeah, they're both coming off a bye, so well rested. But I watched a lot of the Alabama-Wisconsin game because I bet on Alabama. And I liked what they did a lot. They blitzed the quarterback, made him force himself into a lot of bad throws, bad decisions. So I was pretty impressed. And then obviously watched Wisconsin play Maryland last week, and it kind of dimmed my expectation and my impression of Alabama a little bit. But I still like if they can try to replicate that performance and get Gunnar Stockton thrown off a little bit. They're not going to be a pushover. It's a rivalry game, man. It's SEC football. But I just think 3 points is probably a little bit too much of an ask for Alabama to hold Georgia to, especially the way we saw Georgia move the ball on the road at Tennessee.
Yeah, in that game last year, I remember we were together during that game. I don't know. I mean, it was one of those long nights where
I had that written down. That's fun. That's funny you said that. I almost forgot. I had referenced last year's fiasco.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fiasco in our personal lives and in the game. It was just one of them nights where we were just watching college football all day, boozing all day. And we're like, screw it, we're going to keep boozing the rest of the night. And I mean, I ended up taking Alabama. It started off hot. I thought it was going to be a no sweat. Then they started losing. And then obviously Ryan Williams made those unreal plays. But as good as I felt about Alabama last year, I feel that way about Georgia, especially with it being between the hedges. And they're minus 55 on the money line.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I did see Alabama's getting back Jam Miller and then also Tim Keenan on the D-line, so that's good for them. It's going to be tough. That's 2 physical guys coming back, but I don't know, man. I saw the way they played against Florida State. If they're getting bullied, pushed around, dominated like that, like they were against Florida State, I don't want to see what's going to happen against Georgia if they come out with effort like that again.
Yeah, and Georgia, I mean, like I said, being at home, man, and Kirby Smart knows he's only beat Alabama once. I think he just wants this one. Coming off a bye, like you said, Gunnar Stockton can spin it, he can run. Obviously, they're always going to be able to play defense. In a night game? Oh, shit.
Was this not a correct stat? Has Alabama really won 9 of the last 10? Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, I know, I have written down on mine that I saw earlier, Kirby Smart's 1-6 against Alabama. But none of them have been at Athens. They were either at Alabama or neutral site.
9 of the last 10 is kind of an alarming stat. I mean, obviously, Saban era is playing into it a ton, but goodness gracious.
No, it's tough. But I like Georgia here. Like I said, Alabama against Florida State, oh, dear heavens, they didn't look great. But they've been playing better since, but I'm taking Georgia. That should be it, though. What was that, 7 games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. 7 games, college football week 5. This will go out tomorrow. NFL will go out on Saturday, right? Friday or Saturday. Could be out tomorrow.
Yeah, you can't really utilize tomorrow and yesterday. You gotta kind of describe the days. This will be out Friday morning.
Yeah, this will be out Friday morning, the 26th, and the NFL will be out. Do you want to put it out the 26th?
Yeah, that's the goal. It'd be ideal.
All right, yeah. NFL or college will be out the 26th. NFL will be out the 27th. These picks will all be posted. Like I said, I'm 12-8. He's 8-7. We're both 1-1 with our picks of the week. Our picks of the week will also be out. But big weekend, man. Big weekend. Great football. Ryder Cup.
Man, I'm off tomorrow, so I get first day Ryder Cup Friday to just enjoy and basic that in. That'll be great. Wake up, get me a coffee, and just plant myself on the couch and watch USA snatch Rory McIlroy's chain.
But follow the Any Given Night Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever you got. Hit that follow button because why not? You don't got nothing better to do. We were hot last week. Not hot. Bet in the green both weeks. Try to stay in the green again for week 5. Go Guards, man. See you later.
Go Guards, baby. See ya.